We're going to be planting peppers. We're going to be planting both hot and sweet peppers. Now the reason why I'm doing this video is because there's a lot of videos on the web about planting peppers and the such, and I've went through hundreds and hundreds of videos, but I haven't seen any recently, and I would like to have some answers, so I figured I could post this on the web, maybe find some answers to questions that I have, maybe answer somebody else's questions if I can help. So what I'd like to do is just maybe post it somewhere and figure out what kind of information we can exchange and maybe become better myself. I've only been doing it for a year, and I had some good results last year. There's some things that I think I could have done better. So one of the things I could have planted earlier. So um, we'll just get to it, and I'll talk as we go through. If you can see, this is pretty much my basic setup. I think all the things here will probably run you all total about $100. I have a calendar so that I can track what days that I'm doing certain things. Also, like when I'm watering, when I transplanted, when I planted the seeds in the ground. This will kind of help me so that I can go on for future gardening adventures, that I'll know what I'm doing, where I'm at. Obviously, you got your watering can. I also have a heat mat to help the seeds germinate. These are peppers, so they do like to be kept a little bit warmer when they germinate. Somewhere between 75 and 85 degrees is a perfect temperature. So that's what that's for. I actually have another heat mat coming in, but this is the one I'm going to be using right now. Right here, I have my it's a dome setup. This is from Park Seed is where I actually got this from. I ordered it online. It'll cost you about $25. And this is their jumbo kit. The reason why it's jumbo, as you can see, I've got 18 trays here. I think they offer a 40 tray and a 60 tray. Now they're all the same size, but obviously the different trays have the holes are different sizes. The reason why I got the bigger size is because last year when I planted my pepper seeds, I planted about the time where you would roughly plant regular seeds. And what happened is, because these are extremely hot peppers, they take longer. Well, I live in Kentucky, and it does get cold enough to kill peppers around, October, November, that kind of time, sometimes even as early as September. So what happened was I didn't get yields from all my pepper plants. Even though I had nice, very beautiful pepper plants, I didn't get yields from all of them. So I decided to go ahead and get a bigger tray so I could start earlier, and these will hopefully be able to support the peppers later on into the season for maybe a couple of months, so that then I can go ahead and plant them. Still probably try to transplant them around the same time, but they'll have been inside longer, they'll have gotten their growth on, they'll be stronger transplants, and they won't have to worry about the shock of going outside. Also, just to kind of wrap it up, I've got a couple of tags so that when I put the seeds in, I can label them, because that's also another problem I had last year. I've got two dogs, and they knocked my seeds over, and I didn't know what seeds I had where. So, but I also didn't label them very well anyway, so I probably still would have forgotten and not realized what my seeds were. So I'm actually still having that problem, as I have a plant in the back room that I don't know what it is, but hopefully we'll figure it out. And these are just the bigger ones I got, so that when I plant them in the ground, I can relabel them, and it'll just make it easier to see. I mean, I could still use the small ones if I wanted to, but the bigger ones will help. And then I've got my pepper seeds. I've got some sweet pepper seeds here. This is just a hybrid mix that I'm going to grow 3 of these. So I don't know which 3, obviously, because they're just mixed in there. I also have those out. Another variety of seeds here. I've got these are from Pepper Joe's, as you can see. I've got a boot tea pepper, these are going to be Trinidad Scorpions, one of my favorites. They're really flavorful, really nice peppers, very hot. The Moruga Scorpion hot pepper. Sorry about that. The Carolina Reaper pepper. These are supposed to be, as of 8/2012, these were the hottest peppers in the world. And then they, anytime you order peppers with them, they send you some free pepper seeds. And so these are Pisano Bajo peppers. These are mildly hot peppers, so I'll see how those go. And I got some Santa Fe Grande peppers, and these are medium hot peppers. And so those are my hots. These are my sweets. I'm going to be planting 3 of each. And I'm going to try this dome. I've never used one of these domes before. And as a matter of fact, I never saw it on TV or on the internet. I couldn't actually find a video review of it, so I figured I'd try to make one. So we'll see how that goes. Also, for the light, I just have a Jump Start light. I think this will run you about $45. It's a T5 light. It's a cool running light, so it won't get that hot, so you can put it right down on the plants. You don't have to worry about it burning them. And I've got it hooked all in on a timer, so that I've got it set to 18 hours on, so that and then the rest of the time it'll kick off. So that's about the perfect spot where you want your temperature for your pepper plants. And we'll try to get started here and see how it goes. As I was saying earlier, I have the Parks Original Biodome with 18 Whopper cells. This particular biodome, when you get it, it comes in, it's styrofoam and then it's plastic wrapped. And as you can see, there's the cells with what they call them sponge refills. They're not actually sponges though. They appear to be some sort of growing medium. I was actually kind of afraid that they would be some other weird material. I got a buddy of mine who I ask a lot of questions and stuff when it comes to growing, and he really suggests that when you grow things that you use dirt, because he's just really old-fashioned. He probably wouldn't even use a dome, you know. He'd just go out, grab some dirt from his house, put them in a tray. I just kind of like to experiment with different things. I don't like to do too much craziness either. I'm old-fashioned myself, but I did just kind of want to see what this was about, and I tried some growing trays last year, and one of them I sort of kind of liked, the other one I didn't really like too much, although it did have they still both had decent results, but I just would see what I would do this year, and so I went with this. When you get it, it actually comes in a nice packaging, styrofoam packing peanuts, and I just pulled it out. And what I bought from them was you get the bottom tray, this little thing right here, and also the dome to go with it. I also picked up these from them. That way I can label it, and they gave me some fertilizer as well. The fertilizer was actually free. I can't remember if I used a code to get it free or if they just give it to you when you purchase this setup. I'm not exactly sure. I also purchased a heat mat from them, but that didn't come in, but I had one left over from last year. I'm just not sure exactly how well it's working, but I guess we're going to see. So what they tell you to do in the directions is to cut this open and poke it through to see if it's still moist, to see if one of the if the blocks are still moist. If not, they just want you to add some water to them before planting, and so I'm going to do that now. So the instructions tell you to take one of these out and kind of feel it to see. This is what those little inserts look like, by the way, when they're removed. There's just a little hole in the bottom. You just push it up through. And well, the instructions say to take it out and see if it's still damp. If it's a little moist, you can just squeeze it. And this one is still moist. They do seem to appear to be a little moist, a little dried out. So I probably will just lightly spray them with water, but it's, for the most part, it is moist, so I'll just drop that back in there. And if it is completely dried out, they just tell you to pretty much put it back in there, fill this thing with water, and then it'll float when you put water in it. And then just pretty much, basically, they want you to just kind of push it down so that it's not floating, and so the blocks will absorb water. As you can see, they already have holes in them. Some of the holes, like the one I just put in, is closed up. I think just 2 or 3 of them, I guess you could say, have closed up. So what I'll do is I'll just open those holes up a little bit more. I just got just a pen. It's the pen I'm going to be using for my my calendar over there to mark everything down with. So, but all the rest of the holes look pretty much good. And so that looks about even. I think I will go ahead and put the water in the bottom of it though, so they can go ahead and start absorbing what water they do need. Um, what you want to do is you want to add water to the bottom of these. This is a bottom watering system, so that what the effect that you get is the water will soak up into these blocks, and when it does that, it will cause the roots to grow down towards the water. You don't want your roots to turn around and grow up. That's a no-brainer to most people, but you know, like I said, I'm trying to share knowledge with people, and hopefully I'll get comments and whatnot, and people ask me questions, or you know, mainly just tell me things. You know, hey, you're doing this wrong. You're an idiot. You know, whatever it is, I like to hear it, like to know, just so I can learn and grow and become better. And if you have any questions, I'll try to answer yours in the comments or in the next video, because I do plan on trying to get one of these out a week. I know like next week's video and probably the week after that won't be very exciting because there probably won't be any growth. Like I said, these are hot pepper seeds, and if anybody's ever grown hot pepper seeds, or if anybody wants to know, they take a long time to germinate and a long time to just grow, which is why I'm starting them the third week of January. So I just got my watering can. It says you want about an inch to about half an inch to an inch in this thing of water in these things, and I'm assuming it'll float here in a second. There you go. You can see it kind of rising a little bit. And I am using warm water because these are peppers, and like I said, they do like to be warm. And so get my seeds together. I'm gonna get a. I wish I brought it in, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a saucer so I can pour these seeds out and label them also. So I'll have to go ahead and open this pack. And the reason why, obviously, you don't want to mix any of your seeds up, so I'm just gonna do one at a time. Well, one type of seed at a time. Plant it in, repackage that, and then because I am going to try to store these. Hopefully I can get more than one season out of them. But obviously I don't want to mix up any of my seeds because I don't want to think I'm growing one type and then end up growing another. And most pepper seeds actually look the same. They're really hard to distinguish between the two of them once they're just like sitting side by side. So you don't want to get these things mixed up. I might put something on this to kind of weigh it down a little bit. And let those absorb some water. And I'm gonna go get that stuff, and I'll get back as soon as I pick up the other supplies I need. Thought I had everything in here. I did not. Okay, I'm back here. I've got my saucer. I went ahead and opened up all the seed packages because they're kind of hard to do and hold the camera at the same time. But I went back and looked at a little bit of the video beforehand, some of the video I've already shot, and I realized that you probably could not see these different kind of peppers on the packages. From what they said, it was just a little too blurry. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back over it as I go through here. So I've got the Carolina Reaper, which